What's up, honeymooners? Welcome back to the channel where we explore together
and love forever.
We're two healthcare workers who love traveling whenever we can, even if it's just a short weekend. This time, we're in Chicago for a wedding, so we had about 48 hours to explore. From iconic food spots to walking the city and seeing it from above, this is how we made the most of a quick Chicago weekend.
In this video, we're going to take you guys on a tour of the Drake, just a mini one. We'll give you a mini room tour, take you around town. We're going to show you just like the top main Chicago attractions. Some of them are for free and some of them are must-dos, and we'll tell you at the end if any of them were flops and maybe you should skip out on it.
We'll definitely also make sure to leave a few good food spots that you should check out when in Chicago. Today we're at the Drake Hotel in Chicago, here for about 48 hours. This hotel is given kind of old chic vibes.
So it's very similar to the Benson in Portland.
Yes, make sure to check out that video. It's one of the hotels in the United States where every president has stayed.
So we're here in May and I'm literally wearing a scarf, 3 layers. This place is no joke. When they say the Windy City, they mean windy. Like the trees are moving, the street lights are moving. So definitely make sure you come bundled up at any point of the year, because clearly in May I was underprepared.
Guys, so we just checked in the Drake Hotel.
Typically, every time you go to a Hilton and they review your diamond status with you, one of the best perks of being Hilton Diamond member is that you technically are eligible for room upgrades every time that you come in. When you book the most basic room, you're eligible for an upgrade. So typically, we always get upgraded. This time, they're at like complete full capacity. There's a lot of events going on this weekend, so we did not get an upgrade. This time, we were like, you know what? We're tired. We took a red eye into Chicago, so we were like, let's just go upstairs and see what the room has to offer. So I don't know about you guys, but this is the quality of the room that you get when you book just the basic standard king at the Drake in Chicago. Look at this room. It's insane. It's huge. This place is almost bigger than any New York apartment that I'm sure out there exists. There's 2 bathrooms.
Yeah,
but
2 bathrooms and outlets for USB, USB-C plugged in already. You don't need to bring your little box. You can just plug in the wall directly.
They have the coffee machine. They have a nice desk. There's a working area. I'm still in shock that it's not just like a half bathroom. It's 2 full showers and beautiful powder rooms, all the amenities that you could need. Right in the middle of downtown Chicago. This room also overviews one of the most famous streets, Michigan Street. And so our direct view in this room is the Gucci store. Hey guys, so Princess Diana stayed at the Drake and they have this huge poster of her right outside the hotel.
Chicago is such a walking city. We were on foot most of the weekend and it made everything feel more immersive. The Riverwalk especially stood out, one of the easiest ways to see the city and really feel its energy. It's tip number 1. Make sure when you're in Chicago to stop by the Starbucks Reserve. We heard it's about 4 stories inside, maybe 5, not even sure. About to go find out. Stay tuned. We'll show it to you guys coming up next. Wifey has one question. Is it worth it walking 6:30 in the morning, freezing cold to come here?
I'll let you know when I get there.
The Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Chicago is very different from a regular Starbucks. The building is 5 stories tall, designed to feel more like an interactive coffee experience than just a cafe, with roasting happening on site and coffee moving through visible copper pipes throughout the space. Each floor has a different purpose, from traditional espresso drinks to specialty reserve coffees, cocktails, and fresh Italian-style baked goods. What you looking at?
Coffee and cardamom.
Ooh. This location opened in 2019 and was designed specifically for Chicago, blending industrial design with the city's architecture and energy. It's one of those places where even if you don't order much, just walking through the space is part of the experience. They also have Princey Bakery items here, which are baked fresh and paired with Reserve exclusive coffee drinks, which you won't find at a normal Starbucks. You can keep it simple with a coffee, or if you want, go all out with a specialty drinks and cocktail. It really depends how much time you want to spend and what time you end up coming. However, it does get busy, especially on weekends. Isn't somewhere we'd rush though. We recommend coming early in the morning or using it as a pause between sightseeing. If you're walking in downtown, it's a fun stop and a good way to break up the day. What's the verdict?
I'm happy. My nose stopped running. I got me a little warm cup and some chocolates.
So although we were the first people here at 6:30 in the morning, unfortunately, only the first floor was open. So we ended up coming back later in the day and more of the upper floors were open, so we got to explore the reserve a bit more, and it was definitely worth the second visit. After the Starbucks reserve, we somehow still wanted more coffee, but just in a very different vibe. So we ended up stopping at the Ralph's Coffee for a reset. Calm, polished, and a very nice contrast to the busier part of Starbucks. Ralph Lauren Café is part of the Ralph Lauren lifestyle brand, which shows simple coffee croissants and a quieter atmosphere, which was a nice pause for just sitting down, grabbing a latte for a short weekend like this. Sometimes those slower moments end up being just as memorable. Welcome to Hogwarts. We also ended up stopping by the Harry Potter store, which is actually the largest Harry Potter store in the world, right off Magnificent Mile, so it's such an easy stop if you're already walking in downtown. This store is designed to feel immersive with multiple themed rooms, each inspired by different parts of the wizarding world, from Hogwarts to Diagon Alley. One of the coolest parts is the wands section, where they sell character wands, interactive wands, and yes, it's very tempting to suddenly believe that you need one.
I want the one that Harry Potter uses. Oh, dear Lord.
Potter?
Somebody just spilled the butterbeer.
Even if you're not planning on buying anything, it was fun to walk through and explore the details and see how much thought went into this design. For us, it was a quick, playful stop that added something different to our weekend and a nice break while we waited for food spots to open. And alas, the next food spot we're going to has opened. It's basically known as a Chicago institution at this point, Portillos Hotdogs. Portillos started as a hot dog stand in 1963 and today has grown into one of the most iconic spots in Chicago. If you're here for the first time, big things people order are Chicago style hot dog, Italian beef, and the chocolate cake. True Chicago hot dog comes dragged through the garden. So starting with a mustard, relish, onions, tomato, pickle, sport peppers, celery, salt, and absolutely people do not put ketchup here. Portillos is fast, casual, and always busy, but it's one of those places you feel like you must do if you want a classic Chicago food style without overthinking it. It's not fancy, but it's really solid comfort food. We know you guys saw this one coming. You can't come to Chicago and not talk about deep dish pizza, and Giordano's is one of the most famous names for it. It's known for its stuffed deep dish pizza, which is different from regular deep dish. Instead of just a thick crust and sauce, stuffed pizza has an extra layer of dough on top, sealed around the edges, and finished with sauce and cheese on top. Honestly, it felt like a pizza pie. Super filling, extremely cheesy, and definitely something you need to plan your day around because making it takes 40 to 45 minutes. So this is not a grab and go situation. You're gonna have to wait and sit until your pizza is made to order. Giordano's has locations all over the city, so making it an easy stop whether you're in downtown or exploring other neighborhoods. Is it heavy? Yes. Is this classic Chicago? Also yes. So, how's the pizza?
Pizza. The pizza is deep in the belly now.
And after that much deep dish, we had to walk it off. Chicago is one of the best cities in the US for that. The Chicago Riverwalk stretches right through downtown. It gives you some of the best views of the city's architecture from street level. You're walking past historic buildings, modern skyscrapers, and non-stop river traffic all in one place. Definitely one of the musts when in Chicago is to do this Riverwalk. It's so beautiful, so serene.
Good exercise, honestly.
Beautiful nature. Chicago is actually considered the birthplace of modern American architecture, and the Riverwalk is one of the easiest ways to see that up close. After the Riverwalk, we stopped at Goddess and the Baker, a Chicago favorite for coffee. It's called Goddess and the Baker. It's right next to the river, so you can grab a coffee
And walk the river.
Check it out. It's a great place to also catch up with friends. A perfect reset before heading back out. The coffee here was really good. I got the cold brew and wifey got a latte, and that's the only way we were able to power through walking the rest of the city. From there, we headed over to Millennium Park to see one of Chicago's most recognizable landmarks, Cloud Gate, also known as the Bean.
Bean time.
Bean time.
It's bin time. Bean time.
This is definitely one of the things you must come do
Yes.
when you're visiting Chicago.
Yes.
Check out this bean. It was built with the mind of wanting to have a building that reflects all the other buildings close by.
Yeah.
At that time, there was no skyscrapers when it was first built.
It's actually, fun fact, hollow on the inside. Its actual name is Cloud Gate, not the Bean.
Cloud Gate. We also passed by Malnati's, another deep dish legend, especially known for its buttery crust. But after Giordano's, we were stuffed, so we had to tap out. We also wanted to see Chicago from up top, but between the wedding and everything else, we didn't have time to do one of the skyscraper observation decks. So instead, we headed to LH Rooftop, which gave us an incredible skyline view without needing to book a separate attraction.
We're here at the LH Rooftop, okay? It's the rooftop restaurant that's in London House. It's one of the oldest hotels in Chicago. This rooftop is amazing. You get like a panoramic view of the city, you get the Riverwalk, you get everything. So I highly, highly recommend you come in.
Definitely. And the best thing about it is if you don't have reservations, you can literally just walk into the rooftop, let them know I'm just here at the bar to have a few drinks, grab a quick bite, and they'll let you right upstairs. It's on the 21st floor. We're here on a Sunday. It's pretty packed, pretty busy, but we're able to get in right away. They said our table will be ready within like 20-30 minutes. Check out the view right behind us. We felt this was an easy way to get Chicago from above perspective, especially if your schedule is tight. Sometimes the best views don't really require a ticket. Here on Magnificent Mile, and all the bougie stores are here. We got Dior right behind us, Cartier, Prada, Gucci,
Fendi. Just all the every brand that was in that song is on this street.
After walking the Magnificent Mile and just doing a lot of people watching and taking the energy of the city in, we wanted one last classic Chicago stop. Nothing fancy, nothing overhyped, something that really feels like Chicago.
Guys, so you know that Chicago has a lot of different high-rises, really boutique, nice areas that you can eat.
Elite food options in Chicago.
Exactly.
But this next one,
it's not that.
It ain't
but
it.
It is world famous, and it is underneath the bridge.
Ready? Here we go.
Billy Goat.
Billy Goat Tavern is known for its cheeseburgers, simple, no frills, and the menu is intentionally minimal. Burgers, fries, and chips, that's it. And if you're indecisive, good news, there's basically nothing to debate on the menu. And it's been around since the 1930s and became nationally famous after being featured on SNL with cheeseburger sketch. Don't do fancy toppings, the whole point is to keep it classic. You order fast, eat fast, and you leave full. You ready?
And that's how we spent 48 hours in Chicago. Food, walking the city, and a lot of iconic spots in a very short amount of time. We were here for a wedding, so we definitely didn't get to do everything, but this felt like a really solid way to experience the city. If this video helped with your Chicago trip planning, give it a like. It really helps out our channel. And if you enjoy travel, food, and weekend city guides like this, make sure to subscribe. Let us know in the comments what we should check out next time we're in Chicago. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay, go ahead.
Not you.
No.
Guys, so we are here at the RH Rooftop. Okay, it's the, I'm sorry,